Caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation, and it is an act of political warfare. Audra Lorde. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sis N Giggles. I'm your host Karen.
I'm Kecia.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop,
And
whoop.
Today we are talking about self-care. Everything self-care. So from what self-care is, different types of self-care, how you can make sure that you're establishing boundaries so that you can do your self-care and more. We also have some pretty interesting facts and statistics around self-care
I'm listening.
that I found. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
But there were some good ones. Like one of the ones that like jumped out to me was it said that like 40% of Americans feel guilty when they do self-care.
Yeah.
Or that they're doing self-care.
I feel guilty doing self-care because I feel like I could be, putting out other fires, or this alone time. Do I really need it? If I have something going on with my family or maybe my baby, I could be playing, extra 5 or 10 minutes. So I can see why people feel guilty, like spending time on themselves.
Yeah. I will say, I think I've been delivered from that.
I'm still working on it.
But before we jump into the conversation, we are going to be eating veggie spaghetti. Kecia was hating on my vegetables, y'all.
I had to put some chicken on it. I'm sorry. Look.
I put a little chicken on
I'm
the
a
side.
Southern girl. I need some meat. meat, and more meat.
What kind of meat you be eating,
Look,
friend?
you worry about the wrong thing.
Oh, okay.
Today is chicken.
All right. But yes, I made a veggie spaghetti. It has some squash, some zucchini, carrots, red bell pepper. I roasted all the veggies, made my own red sauce, and y'all, it is really, really good. If you're interested in this recipe or some of the other recipes that we have, make sure that you check out our Patreon, sign up for our memberships. You can go there and get behind the scenes episodes. You can get some of the recipes for some of the dishes that we feature and more.
Now, I'm a baker, not a cooker. So Karen's red sauce is actually her own red sauce. I'm like a Prego, pop it open, put it in a pot. So it's really good. It's really good.
I'm glad you like it, friend.
Yes, I do.
You might eat a little vegetable too.
I might.
Look.
I feel like a 3-year-old, right?
I felt like I was preparing a plate for a 3-year-old.
With the chicken on the side?
Yeah.
Don't do me. Don't do me.
Okay. But let's get into self-care, shall we?
Yes.
So, the first thing I want to talk about is what is self-care actually? Like how do you define self-care? And this is according to SNHU. But self-care refers to anything that you do to keep yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, and spiritually healthy. If you don't practice self-care regularly, you are risking your well-being and inviting burnout.
Definitely understood that. So, I mean, us before the pandemic and motherhood. We used to go out for drinks, go out to vacations. I feel like over these past 3 years, my self-care has dwindled dramatically.
Yeah.
And I actually just came off a vacation. Whoop, whoop. So that was like my little bit of self-care. But I was still working and worrying about what I could be doing and really not using it to the full advantage. But I did at least think about self-care.
You thought about it.
I thought about
Okay.
it. And
Baby
I went
steps.
and I did have some alone time. So, yeah, my self-care, at the beginning of the year, I'd say that I was going to do like journaling. Now, mind you, it probably lasted about 2 weeks, but I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah. Do you enjoy journaling?
I do. I think that the problem is in me finding time. And I know a part of self-care is like building out that time. And I don't think I've gotten to the point where I can build out the time. It's kind of like I have 5 minutes here, I have 3 minutes here, because I started like this program for my business, and it's like the free time I had, then I kind of don't have it anymore because I'm kind of doing like this project. So I do need to learn how to build in time for self-care. And self-care for me is like getting my hair done or getting my nails done. But anyway, continue.
So, have you ever experienced burnout?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've experienced, well, I know I've experienced burnout. I think I went years some kind of way functioning in overdrive. And then I think I just like legit crashed and burned after I did the reality show and being in like this new marriage and like the marriage not working out. Like, I don't know. I feel like the last like 3 years have felt like just burnout and exhaustion for me. And probably even before that in work, but then like life, like all of life felt like it caught on fire. But I do feel like I have actually done a decent job at maintaining my self-care. Obviously I had like my moments and my times where I was definitely not taking care of myself.
Right.
But I think like looking at my life as a whole, I think I've always found ways to do self-care. Now, I think my self-care started from a place of like, I won't say being broke because like you're supposed to be broke in like high school and stuff, right? But like in early college, I feel
like I'm broke right now,
right? Ugh. Hello, hello, support. Please. But like it started with me doing my own nails, like you said, doing my hair, and like I didn't really grow up in like a household where we went to get those things done. You just had to do them for yourself. But like I didn't realize it until I was like in my 20s. I was like, this stuff is actually like relaxing to me. Like it's relaxing to me to take care of myself.
Right.
Whereas some people, they're like, I don't want to do my own nails. Like I'm going to get my nails done. Hello. So like those, I mean, I guess I say that to say like it's different types of self-care and different levels. I feel like you have to really find like what works for you and your lifestyle.
So my self-care has changed since I became a mama and a business owner. I don't have time. So I have to find things that like can be beneficial to me, but in a short spurt of time. So my hair, if I'm not going to get a touch up on my color, I'm doing my hair myself. My mom was a hairdresser, so I know what to do.
Okay.
But those times when I do get my hair done, it's like a 4 or 5 hour process where it's like, I have some breathing time. I'm not at work. I'm not being a mom. I'm not being a wife. I'm just being Kecia and I'm chilling. I only get my nails done like once a month and maybe twice, but that's like 45 minutes to an hour and a half of me just being, and I stand up all day, so I will get a pedicure that lasts about an hour just so they can rub my feet, right? Hello. Because I need that massage. I need it.
Get that baby toe.
Man, I don't want to talk about that. And then at one point I was scheduling massages. Like I had like a massage membership where every month I would go and get a massage. And granted, now I have like 5 or 6 massages backed up because I just haven't had the time for it. So I need to be creative in spending time, short amounts of time, to kind of like focus on me.
We're going to talk about that. Okay, we're going to talk about some boundaries to make sure that you can.
There's no boundaries.
Got no boundaries.
And you know what? The burnout. So when you have a child, I feel like everybody do a good job at like buying gifts and like, oh, this is cute. Get this for your baby. Do this for your baby. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, you know, have this bottle. But like when I had a child and I was in the hospital, I was like, shit, I have to go home and take care of this child. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to expect. So a lot of the stuff was like, I remember Brian was at work. I was at home with the baby. I was still trying to breastfeed, and like your body is flipping over. I remember I was in the bathroom holding the baby on a breastfeed, trying to use the bathroom. It was a lot, and I had burnout. And a lot of people probably won't admit this because you're supposed to be a mom. You're never supposed to get tired. I got tired. I got burnt out. I didn't know what was happening because I was opening a new business, being a mama, being a wife. Like everything came in like 6 months. Yeah, when I went to see my sister, like I slept.
Mm-hmm.
I ate and slept. That's it.
Yeah.
And it was the best feeling. I was like, oh man, it's beautiful. But of course, you know, mother stuff came in. I was like, I miss my baby.
Yeah.
So, but that was my self-care.
So, the World Health Organization recently recognized self-care as as an essential need in order for us to care for ourselves and our communities, prevent disease, and promote healthy lifestyles. So it goes a lot further than just like, oh, I want to like relax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you doing your self-care, I feel like it goes with your overall health, your overall well-being. Um it says engaging in self care routine has been clinically proven to reduce or eliminate anxiety and depression, reduce stress, improve concentration, minimize frustration and anger, increase happiness, improve energy, and more. From a physical health perspective, it has also been clinically proven to reduce heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Spiritually, it may help keep us in tune with our higher power as well as realizing our meaning in life. So I feel like self-care can get real deep.
Right.
Like very, very deep. And I know we talked a little bit like just in our conversation about different types of self-care. Like you mentioned journaling, you mentioned just sleep, getting our hair done, our nails done, massages, but like there's also meditation and breath work that people do. There's spending time with your friends and your family can be self-care, like doing a date night. Like I think that people have to realize that self-care is really what they define it to be. Like if you're a person that likes to hike and be in nature, like that may be your self-care, but to someone else that may be literally like miserable. Right.
I'm tired.
Hi girl.
For self-care, I don't want to be around people. Like I love my friends, but I would rather be.
So you don't want to see me? Huh? What? I'm playing.
It's self-care, not us care.
The shade.
But no, like I would rather just like get my thoughts together, because I feel like sometimes I'm always around people that it's like I don't want to be around people anymore. Or like when I used to work in human resources as a recruiter, like my entire day was talking, talking and talking and talking. So when I got home, I don't want to talk.
That's what got me working in HR and honestly working in project management. Like you were just talking to people all
Just
day, every day.
Like,
by the way, shout out to your shirt because you're wearing the perfect
it was
t-shirt. Perfect t-shirt.
I want to be where the people aren't.
Okay, self-care at its finest.
Yes, I don't want to be around people. I don't. Stay myself.
So like in the more recent years for me, like I do a lot of journaling. I'm not an everyday journaler, I will say, but like maybe like once, twice a week, I just kind of like brain dump my thoughts, kind of organize my thoughts. Like if there are any areas I'm feeling tension or things that I'm wondering about, or even like reminders I want to give to myself, those are the things that I kind of take time to journal about. And I usually kind of do like a little combo session. So I'll usually do like a mix of like meditation, breath work, and journaling. Or sometimes it might just be like me stretching for a little bit. I've been trying to work out a lot more lately. But like all of those things have been geared towards me honestly refilling my cup. Because after or just like I said, the last couple years of life really, but especially like after my separation / divorce, like I just didn't feel like me.
Yeah.
Like I can't even say I fully feel like me now, but like I just needed to put all my focus into like me and making sure I was okay.
Yeah. Because nobody else is going to check on you.
Nobody else. Yeah. So that's why like when it says like, you know, it increases like your anxiety, your depression, it can help you understand like your meaning of in life. Like I really feel like that shit is true. I feel like it's true.
Because it's like you have time to sit and think and prioritize and like see where you are. When you're like in the mix of things, like you can't really focus on other stuff because you're in the mix. Like you have to sit down and see like what's happening for you to be like, oh yeah, I should have did this or this should have happened or blah blah blah. But like, yeah, once you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that way. And I wasn't taking the best care of myself like after the show. Like I think I was just so into overdrive, and I was doing things here and there, but I definitely wasn't consistent. Like I even was talking to someone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think my headphones are picking that up. Um I was even talking to someone the other day, and I was telling them, I'm like, I used to spend so much time on my hair.
Mm.
Like my hair care routine was like crazy. Like people knew like, oh, if Karen doing her hair today, like you just
A
not gonna see
day, the
her.
whole day.
Girl, a whole day.
Yeah, no, I'm
Cause
not
it
doing
would
that.
be like my revamp day. I would do the face mask, the hair. Like I had one day a week I would dedicate to that. And that's like a habit that I kind of fell out of. And I was like, I want to get back into giving myself like one day or either half, even if it's half a day, like where I just really get myself together. Cause I be walking around here looking homeless, friend.
Look,
Like,
I would go like in like when I was in the mix of everything, like 2 weeks, I'd be like, oh fuck, I need to wash my hair. My scalp burning. Like it's just like you
not
have so
your
much
scalp burning.
scalp be on fire. Like and like I'm just now getting back to the point where I can like breathe a little, just a little bit, but Paquito is a little, it's not a
Paquito.
lot.
Yeah.
And I tried to do like self care, and sometimes I try to rope my husband into it. Like, hey, let's do a face mask. Like,
Yeah.
and our thing of self care is date night. Like, Granny will have the baby, and we'll be like, hey, let's regroup because he has his stuff going on. I have my stuff going on. We have our stuff together, but it's like when we're together, it's the baby.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't ever want to lose myself as in being a mother, and I don't want to lose myself in being a wife. Like I am Kecia. Like I need to be comfortable with Kecia. Like I need to reset and be myself because I don't want to just be like, oh, she's a mom or
Yeah.
oh, she's whatever. Like, I don't know.
I think that's super important though. Like, I know so many mothers, like, especially like the older generations who I feel like lost themselves in motherhood. Like, that is their identity. So I think that's like very good that you're already thinking that way and you're doing things to where you don't lose yourself in that.
Well, because I see so many people that like live through their child. And that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be that mom. If you want to do it, you can do it. If not, yeah, I might try to like sway you a little bit, but I don't want you to feel like I'm pushing you or like this is something that I wanted to do when I was a kid, so I'm gonna make you do it. Like I don't ever want to like feel like I'm that mom. That's a lot of pressure on the child, first of all, but
it is.
Yeah.
It is. That's the other side of things. We should talk about that one day, the like other side of that. But here's a little statistic for you, Mom.
oh man, like
It says research published in the Journal of Pediatrics suggests that maternal self-care practices such as adequate sleep and physical activity are positively associated with improved parenting behaviors and reduced levels of stress and depressive symptoms.
So I don't really sleep.
Well,
it's a terrible thing.
we might need to work on that.
You know what? Because like my last trimester, I just could not get comfortable. And then don't come for me, but I co-sleep. So the baby's in the bed.
What's co-sleeping?
The baby's in the bed.
Okay.
Like Briley sleeps with us.
Oh, okay.
No,
I didn't know they had a name for it.
It's awful. You ever slept with a toddler? It's terrible. You wake up and their foot is in your face. They like turn around in the bed. So like you have to contort your body so that you don't roll over them.
Oh.
And then like your first couple of months, you're like popping up over every little sound. Is she okay? Like the first 3 months, I was like, is she breathing? Like, did not sleep. So now that she's older, she sleeps like a wild woman. And then I wake up and my back's hurting. And like, it's a king size bed. I have like this sliver of bed. So that's like when I go somewhere, like if I go see my sister, if I go on vacation, I sleep because baby will sleep. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And then now I'm so used to her being there. When she's not there, I can't sleep.
Wow. Because I was about to say, so how do you work on that?
I take a Xanax.
Girl.
And I go to sleep.
So this is a perfect time to bring up boundaries, you guys. And a boundary, Keisha, is a limit that we set to protect our property, our time, and our emotional, mental, and physical well being.
Yeah.
So you might need a few more boundaries, friend.
Yeah. We here.
Like even with the baby, you know, you got to set boundaries with the baby too. If you can't sleep,
I'm so used to it now,
or without her. So
yeah, I drink some coffee or Red Bull or something.
So boundaries. You have none.
I don't have boundaries. I feel like I won't have boundaries until I'm 10 years deep into motherhood, like Barleyton.
Really?
Yeah. I know it's going to be hard for me to get her out of the bed. And everybody who's probably listening to this is like, yeah, she's going to be in that till forever. But
because how old is she?
She's 3.
3, yeah.
She's 3.
Yeah, and my sister, my nephew is 5 now. But they had like the biggest, it was a struggle getting him out the bed.
Yeah, no, I get it.
He slept with them basically until the baby came.
Yeah, and he had to get out at that point.
Yeah. That's the only reason I feel like.
That's the only reason he got, because so the new baby can take his spot.
Yeah.
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 So the way that my house is set up, I have upstairs and a downstairs. The main room, like our room, is all the way in the corner. And then her room is like across the living room, kind of like down the hall. One, she ain't gonna walk. Like I know she's gonna get up in the middle of the night and try to walk to our bedroom, but she is gonna be scared because it's dark, and she's gonna be like, I'm so scared. So it's gonna be a battle with that. She don't even have a bed in her room. It's a playroom. We had one of those convertible toddler daybed type situation, but we got rid of it to get more toys. Don't judge me. Judge your mom. So she doesn't even have a bed yet. And it's not like I have to get rid of her now because we have another child, because I'm not having more kids.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it just is what it is.
It is what it is. But I want to transition her into her room, but like her bed, and this is me making excuses, right? Her bedroom is like in the front of the house, and then we live on the main street, and I don't really, listen to murder mysteries and kidnap stories, and I'm at the nail the window down. Like, it's a lot of things, and this all started because my husband and his like growing up issues. He was like, I just want to smell the baby, and it turned into like, I was afraid to roll over on her. So when she sleeps now, she sleeps in my forearm. Because that's how she slept when she was a kid, like an infant. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not going to roll over on my own arm.
Your arm be turning purple?
Girl, dead. Dead. It be dead in the middle of the night. Like, I be having to like pick her up and she'll wake up and like get up and look at me like, bitch. And then she'll like pull my arm and then sleep. Like, she has to sleep in you, like with a hug.
You created that.
I created that out of necessity.
Was it necessity?
Yes,
though?
Because if Brian wouldn't have had her in the bed in the first place, I wouldn't have had to do that.
So Brian created it.
Yeah. Because we had a crib in the room and everything. Like, I tell you, that crib was in the garage. I want to give that crib to somebody, because it's like
we can do that. Anybody want a crib?
If you guys need a crib with a bed, please email us at sisandgiggles.com or sisandgiggles@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And I have some baby stuff, literally.
We should do that.
Never even used.
Yeah, we should do that. Okay, so boundaries is something that we all probably need to work on, especially you, friend, because I want you to get some sleep soon, okay?
Yeah.
But when it comes to your boundaries, I think it's about understanding first, like, what your needs are. And Melissa Fredericks, her name on Instagram is Mrs. Kev on Stage. I don't know if you know her. You know Kev on Stage?
I know Kev on Stage.
His wife.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Mrs. Kev on Stage.
Oh, okay.
She said, I forgot where it was, but she was doing a panel, and I think it was about like marriage and relationships. But she was actually saying like one of her biggest hurdles, or one of the things that she felt, caused people the most issues, is that they didn't even understand their own needs well enough to articulate them.
I definitely could get that.
Right.
Because
And
I was thinking, like, what are my needs?
right. And I think that's so profound because it's like, how many times do you not stop to, because you're on autopilot? You
Yeah.
know, like you said, you have a lot to do, you got stuff going on.
I'm thinking about what I need to get at the grocery store. Mind you, like, I drove an hour to get here to record. There's a thunderstorm. We're getting flash flood
Baby, it's a tropical
warnings. It's a
storm.
tropical storm. I was like, I need to get this done because the way that every day is something. So it's like, I got to do it. I'm like driving, looking for the lines in the road, like, bitch.
Yeah. And you don't stop to think
Yeah.
about your own needs. So I think step one with setting boundaries is understanding first and foremost, what are your needs? Like, what does Kecia need? Not to be a mother, not to be a wife, not to be a baker, but like, just what do you need at your core? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. And then learning how to communicate clearly and effectively around what those needs look like. Because really, you can't look at self-care as being selfish. Like, it really is not a selfish act because, again, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And as much as we want to be like super women, especially I feel like as Black women, like, you know, we were raised to do everything for everybody all the time. All the time. So it's like, I want us to stop and just think about like what we truly need as women,
So
as people.
I want to kind of like circle in another topic
Uh-huh.
that we had with this.
Mm-hmm.
So working in a corporate world, and you guys can tell me if you had this experience or not. And I don't want to make it seem like we're bashing other races, but I feel like Black women in the workplace have a hard time setting boundaries because I feel like we're always given the notion like you should be lucky that you have this job. And then we have our white counterparts that could be doing the exact same job, and Black women, we push through it, we get it done, we, you know, get it on time. Like, we are hyper focused on what needs to be done, but the same issues or the same work requirements as for our white counterparts, they sometimes can't get it done, or they might complain to the boss and be like, you know, this is too much work for me. And instead of the boss saying, well, maybe you need to reevaluate your job description because this is needed from you, it's often passed on to the Black counterpart because it's like, well, they did it so well, let me give them more work. But you're not increasing my pay. And I'm still getting paid the same amount as that other coworker who has half the job requirements now because she's seen, like, maybe she had one experience. One girl started crying at work, and I'm not going to show my emotion. And I just told you this the other day. Like, I only cry once a year. Like,
Meanwhile, I'll be like,
yeah, like, and it's not that I'm hard. It's just that I've learned to like push through it, and we've been taught as Black women to push through it when it comes out to work, relationship, life, or just, you know, anything throughout the day. We push through it, but it's like, you see, and this is an eye-opening experience for me in the corporate world. Like, how Becky getting paid more than me and doing less work,
yeah,
and I'm getting your work.
yeah,
Because I've done a good job at my job. Like, I'm getting punished for doing a good job.
right, yeah. No, that's the thing.
But how do you set boundaries at work?
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah. Like,
Friend, you went on a whole different.
sheesh.
That's a whole different topic. Because that's true. Like, setting boundaries looks different, like between your friends, between your family, between your husband, between your daughter, between the work that you do, your coworkers, your associates. Like, setting boundaries looks different depending on like what scenario you're in and who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But you still got to learn how to do it.
Yeah. And then you don't want to be known as like the mean Black girl or the angry Black girl, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because
it's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. All right, let's stay on topic.
Sorry.
We could go off on work all day.
Man.
So yeah, I want to share some like interesting statistics that I pulled up.
I'm listening.
You know, I like the statistics.
Yeah.
So nearly 80% of individuals claim they have engaged more in self-care routines since the start of the pandemic, according to Google Trends data.
Is that because a lot of jobs are work from home now, so they have extra time.
That's what I would think. I think it's that. I think it's also that like the pandemic opened up people's eyes a lot to like just how the world is. Like you had so many people that were finally able, like I'm one of those people, like after I left healthcare, that was finally able to like step away and like really do some like me time and soul searching. And I was like, what the have I been doing? You know,
I haven't reached that point yet. I'm trying.
So yeah, like I was that person putting in 50, 60 hours in at work. And I was just like, why was I working so hard?
Man, I never was that person. And so I started working for myself.
I was that person. Like I was that person for years. That's why I said I think I reached a burnout at work. And then that just snowballed into a burnout in like every other area of my life. When I added in like reality TV, when I added in this like new marriage to this new person, like when I added in divorce happening, like the burnout was real.
Yeah.
Like it took me a minute to recover. But so I don't know. I think that part of it is people like having their like awakening to like realize what's important in life, because a lot of people lost work, couldn't work. Like, I feel like that put things into perspective to some people as well. And then a lot of people, they had more free time because, like you said, they were working from home. And so it's like, now I can do my face mask. Now I can, you know, walk around here with deep conditioner in my head while I'm on a work phone call. So I think that's part of it. Another interesting statistic I saw is that 62% of adults in the United States say that managing stress is extremely or very important, but only 34% believe that they actually do a good job at managing stress.
I can believe that.
So they know it's important, but they're not doing it.
Because if you don't know how, and if your work is stressing you out, but you got to work, can't really manage that.
Why we got to work?
And the kids stressing you out. Like, why is school closed?
Hello,
them kids still there? Like,
look, I be feeling bad for y'all parents.
Man, let me tell you, school closed for the eclipse. And I was like, first of all, my child is not even in school for real.
Yeah,
but I was like, why is school closed for the eclipse? Like, what? Just close the blinds. What are we doing? I remember we used to be outside with glasses.
Yeah.
Blinding ourselves. That's probably why I got floaters now.
Girl.
But blinding ourselves to look at the eclipse. But whatever. That's
look at a damn
there.
eclipse. Look. Another interesting one. And this one, again, to me goes to show like why, I don't know, self-care just goes into a lot of different areas of your life. But this is from a study conducted by the Health Enhancement Research Organization at Brigham Young University and the Center for Health and Resources at Healthways. They found that employees who eat healthy all day long were 25% more likely to have higher job performance. And that's why I said I feel like eating.
Because you're not lethargic.
Huh?
After you eat that big burger, you're not trying to fall asleep. And clock watching, like you're actually productive. I get that.
Yeah,
like
like eating healthy and making like healthier choices, I feel like ties into your overall wellness, which ties into your self-care.
Yeah, I think that, you know, every personality is different. So I'm competitive. I'm like a silent competitor. So when we used to get metrics and reports at the end of the week of like who's doing what, I used to be like, yeah, I'm getting them.
I whooped everybody. It also says similarly, employees who exercise for at least 30 minutes 3 times per week were 15% more likely to have higher job performance.
Look, I'm not working out to be productive at work, right? Because fuck y'all.
Well, that's not why you do it, but it's it's like these.
Yeah.
What do they call them?
Endorphins or something? No?
Huh?
I don't know. Endorphins.
Well, I think that too, but I was gonna say it's almost like. Side effect is not the word I'm looking for right now.
Like the ripple effect or something?
Yeah, like an indirect effect. Like you're not saying I'm going to the gym because I want to work better at work.
And that working out in the morning time does not work for me because, bitch, I be tired. Working out whooped my ass. Like, it does not make me feel better. I just do it so I can look good naked. That's it.
Okay, hello. Yeah. Exactly. That's why self-care looks however it looks to you. Like, there's also, this is random, but there's this conversation going on right now, apparently, with Black women and luxury wellness experiences. And I
Explain
think
to me what that is.
Huh?
Explain to me.
So like a luxury wellness experience, you know that how they have these retreats at these nice hotels, and like they'll have like a full itinerary of things to do, and it may be like, oh, we're gonna have massages, and then we're gonna go have a sound bath by the pool and stuff like that.
I saw a sound bath and I was like, what is happening?
I love
it's
sound
not
baths.
It's not an actual bath, is it?
No.
Like you like laying
you're bathing in the sound, essentially. The vibrations.
Okay.
I really like sound baths. Some people like fall asleep to them, like, you know, certain.
I can see it be really relaxing.
Yeah, but I lost my thought. Oh, so the conversation with like Black women and luxury wellness, like there are people that are really upset that like there's all these like luxury wellness experiences being curated. And I hate that for us because, again, I feel like self-care looks like whatever you want it to look like in your life. Like, if to you that's, I want to go on a retreat for a weekend and be pampered, why y'all mad?
So why are they mad? Because
I don't, they haters. Y'all are haters.
So they're hating on the luxury retreat aspect of it?
They're hating on the luxury wellness aspect. Like, just basically being like, women are turning this into something else and like they're doing too much. But it's just like, how are you?
I'm doing too much for my... This has nothing to do with you. So I'm doing too much for myself?
That's my point.
Okay.
It's really stupid. And it's just like, y'all would rather us sit here and like, again, I do a lot of self-care at home. And I feel luxurious, baby. I put on my little robe. I put my little headband on, play my little music. But it's just like, if I want to do that at home and feel luxurious versus me paying for it and going on a retreat, if I can afford it, what you mad for?
Because if I can afford it, baby, I'm going to bathe and
bathe me. Look, hello. I just want to lay there. Can somebody pick me up?
I can't massage myself. Okay.
But yeah, I say that to say, again, figure out like what feeds you, what fills your cup. What fills your cup may be different from what fills my cup, right? Like, well, cooking used to be very relaxing to me, but like not so much anymore because I feel like now it's kind of a part of like a job in a sense.
Yeah.
But it's like that used to be one of the ways I would relax. But then other people are like, girl, I ain't cooking. That's not relaxing to me. So you really got to figure out.
Cleaning the dishes part is the part that kills me.
Oh, girl, I hate cleaning dishes.
I feel like we use every piece of dish in the house. That's why you would go to my house now. I have so many cups, glasses, wine glasses, you know, plates, saucers. You better eat that out that plastic plate and use that
paper
plastic
plates. If we weren't recording this will be on plastic. Paper plates. Okay. Hello. But yeah, so a question that I have as we close out this episode for the audience, and this can be a self-reflection question, or we would love for you to join our discussion group on Facebook. But question number 1 is, how are you taking care of yourself and identifying your needs? Like, what is making you feel good? What is making you feel re-energized? What's making you feel refreshed? What is allowing you to show up as your best self, essentially? And question number 2, how do you set boundaries to ensure that you meet your self-care goals at work, at home with your family, with your friends, and so on and so forth?
Yeah.
You have an answer for us?
Go on discussion board. We're trying to get more people on this so it can be like a really fire discussion board. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
I'm curious. Well, we already talked about you with setting.
Don't talk about me no more.
Okay.
I'm tired of talking about me.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's something I still feel like I'm working on. Like I said, I
think you know, as you get older, different things are going to change. Like, right, your needs are going to change based off of what you need at that point in time.
That's an excellent point. Because I definitely think my needs have shifted in terms of self-care. And then even honestly, like places you are with your finances, the way you can do self-care may shift. Like, At one point, I was getting a monthly massage and I loved it. That's not in my budget right now, so I can't do that. So stretching has been my
But hit
replacement.
the yoga pose, burn some sage,
Hello,
you'll be
look.
fine. So you guys just let us know what you do in your spare time for self-care. Please be sure to like us, follow us, and leave us a review. 5 stars, please. And if you don't like us, then leave. I mean, you ain't gotta say nothing.
Hello,
Just be like, oh,
goodbye.
yeah, all right, bye. But yeah, do that. We love you guys. See you next time.
Toodles.
Bye.